Hey guys, and welcome to another Escape Wheel watch review. Today we're looking at the brand new Escapement Time SKX Homage. So this one came out just about a month ago or so. You can get this on AliExpress on the official Escapement Time store. Current price is $110, and he's got a couple little coupons, so it drops it down to under $110. And, we're going to get into whether I think that's a good value or not. You'll notice the paid promotion thing down there. So this was sent to me for review. I did not pay for it. I'm not getting paid in any other way. And, you're still going to get my honest review on this piece. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is actually my very first free watch. So I've purchased all the other watches you see on my channel. But this one was given to me mostly because my Escapement Time dress watch video did so well. So he was really appreciative of that and wanted to send me this. So here it is. And yeah, let's get into the review. Start out with the dimensions. So this is, I believe, is pretty faithful to the original SKX. We've got 42.2 millimeters on the diameter. I think the bezel is about 41. Case thickness, we've got 13.6. Lug width, we have 22. And an overall case length of 45.5. So super compact lug to lug. That's, always kind of been the case with the SKX, and this is no different. So I'm pretty sure these dimensions are spot on the original. The case finishing on this, it's a mixture of brushed and polished. So you can see the sides here. They're high polished, very nicely done. It looks excellent. There's no ripples or waviness or anything like that. Same with the opposite side here. Polished on the sides. You do have a nicely signed Escapement Time crown at the 4 o'clock position. You've got a circular brushing on the top of the lugs here. And then you've got a really nice transition from that polished surface to the brush surface. So the case finishing on this is excellent, and that bezel is it's fully polished. So yeah, that lug to lug really helps with the wearability. This 42 is, it's not a small watch, but being 45.5, this thing wears really good. So I'm going to go outside and strap it to the wrist for you guys. So here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Sorry if you guys can hear noise in the background. That's they're doing a bunch of work on our lake. But anyway, yeah, the 45 millimeters wears so good on the wrist. I can see why everyone loved this watch. Nice and comfortable. You can see it's a nice rounded case, so it doesn't gouge into your wrist or anything like that. It's a pretty flat profile, but being 45 millimeter lug to lug, it wears really good. I love it. The handset, you can see it's nice and easy to read, even out in the sun. Going to the sun here. Yeah, I mean, you're not really getting too much of a reflection. It's obviously I'm missing the AR coating a little bit, but it's so easy to read with those big indexes. I've got no problems with it. But yeah, I can't get over how comfortable this watch is. And here it is in my one and only other 22 millimeter strap. So this is the Clockwork Synergy Green Tropic Rubber. It's one of their new straps. It's a really nice strap. I'll leave the link down in the description as well. But this one is, yeah, it's great. It looks a lot better than the other strap, I think. And I just wanted to throw that on there just to show you guys. So let's go back inside and get back to this review. All right, so back inside, let's talk about this bezel. And there's kind of a lot to talk about. So first things first, it's got that Seiko SKX grip to it. Nice and grippy. I've got no problems with the actual grip on it. The insert, it's a ceramic insert. It's flat. There's no slope to it or anything like that. Engravings are done really nicely. It's filled with BGW9 lume, and we'll get to the lume shot a little bit later. But the actual bezel itself and the insert itself are excellent. I've got no problems with them. My problem with this is the actual bezel action. And now you may have seen Gary over at I Like Watches. You may have seen his review and hope we're hoping that was a quality control issue, but I'm afraid it's not. So let's get into this. I believe this is a 60-click bezel. I got the confirmation from the seller that this is a 60-click bezel, and he's blaming a lot of the problems with this bezel that I'm experiencing on the fact that it is a 60 click bezel. So yeah, it's going to feel different than a 120 click bezel. It's going to sound different, but it's still not right. Something's off. So let's get into this. So first off, there is a little bit of back play, and then so these clicks, they sound and feel pretty good. Feels pretty good up until about that 45 minute. Now let's see if you can actually hear this or not. Hear how that's kind of a double click there? It feels weird. It sounds really weird. There's back to 60 click. And then right here again. You kind of get that double click again. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the bezel. Something just doesn't seem right. Now maybe the seller, once he sees and hears the issue that I have, he'll send me a new part or a new watch or something. I don't know. I did talk to him about it, and he mentioned there's something wrong with the bezel on a few of the early watches that he has since fixed. You know, maybe that, and he mentioned it's one of the rings inside. So I don't know if that's the retaining ring or the actual click spring ring. I'm not sure. So, but I believe that was because these were actually coming off. So he has that fixed. So maybe it fixes the other issue. I'm not sure. I'll definitely be sure to update everyone in the description down there. But if you can get past the bezel, this thing's actually pretty nice. So let's get back into the rest of the review. The crystal on this, you can see it's a flat sapphire crystal. There's no AR coating on it. It's got nice big chamfers on the outside. It looks really good. Again, I've got no real problems with the crystal on this thing. It looks really, really good. The dial on this, it's a matte black dial, as you can see. It's got painted on indexes. Everything is BGW9 lume. You've got some nicely polished hands. You can see they catch the light really good. They do mention something about being polished stainless steel instead of just like plated. So yeah, I think they do look a little bit different than normal hands. They're flat. They don't have any beveling to them. And but you know, you got the nice big arrowhead for the minute hand, and then kind of a short, I don't know what that would be called, a syringe style hand for the hour hand, similar to what you get in the SKX. Some people mention that it looks a little bit small, and I tend to agree. They might be just a little small, but still easy to read, still easy to find, and you know, still plenty of room for lume. So I'm going to pop up a lume shot right now. So here you can see the escapement time is in the middle, going up against the San Martin sub on the left and the Pagani design sub on the right. The escapement time, it lasts all night long. I've got no problems with the lume on this guy. The bezel insert is nicely done as well. There's no blotchiness or anything like that. It looks absolutely great. I have no complaints. All right, and let's talk about the movement in this thing. So this is the no date version. So this does have the NH35 inside, 21,800 beats per hour, 6 ticks per second, 40-hour power reserve, hacking, hand winding. It does everything you need it to do, and it's all operated by this 4 o'clock crown. And like I said earlier, it is a signed crown, so that's nice to see. But another problem with this watch is this crown. There's just no grip to it. Yeah, it's just really tough to grip. So I'm going to try and do this with gloves. It's a little bit easier without gloves, but it's still pretty difficult to get to. I'm going to have to cut away. I'll be back in a second. All right, so after some messing around with this, you can see it is a screw down crown. It's a good size crown. I just think he needed to put a little bit more grip on it. You know, these grooves in the crown, they're just too big. Can't really get a good grip on it. The original SKX had that nice coin edge type thing, and you know, really, really good grip. This one is just not great. So you get a pretty satisfying pop out. Like I said, it does hack and it does hand wind. I've had no issues with the accuracy or anything like that. So you do have a ghost date position on this model, but like I said, it does come with a white date dial and a black date. So that's kind of cool. Kind of, you know, gives you a few more options when it comes to these SKX homages. Normally they have just a date. This one you get a date, wheel, color, and a no date option, which I really like, and I haven't seen anywhere. So very cool. But let's get back to this crown. It does thread in nicely. So as you can see, I'm still working on this thing, but this is how you got to do it. You got to get your finger in here to turn the crown. At least I do. I don't. Maybe it's because my fingers are big. I'm not sure, but this is a problem, especially for someone like me who's going to have this in a rotation. I'm going to be doing this every time I want to reach for this watch, so that is definitely something that's going to deter me from wearing this watch. Now maybe I can swap this out for a good crown. I'm not sure, and that will help. I really hope so. All right, let's talk about the strap on this. So, like I said, this is a 22 millimeter lug width. The strap kind of flares out, kind of like just like the original one. It flares out to 25 millimeters and tapers down to 20. So it looks and wears pretty big. I'm not a huge fan of the strap. I just don't like the style of it. The actual strap itself, it's nice and smooth. It is a fluoro rubber. It's got plenty of adjustment holes. It fits my 7 1/4 inch wrist pretty good. And yeah, the buckle on this, it's just a simple stainless steel brushed buckle, nice and solid feeling, not signed or anything like that. And then you got 2 floating keepers. But overall, it's a pretty good buckle, or a pretty good strap. No quick release, and there's no drilled lug or anything. So you just got to get a regular spring bar in there, but I had no problems getting something in there. So yeah, really nicely done, I think. Quality control issues. So like I mentioned, the bezel, I don't know if that's a quality control issue or if that's just a design issue. I do have the chapter ring on this thing. It's a little bit misaligned, as you can see. But other than that, I had no real problems with it. So there you have it. That's the Escapement Time SKX. It's kind of a mixed bag of good and bad. You know, the bezel and the crown are two things you interact with a lot on these watches, especially in a rotation with that crown. And I think this crown is more of a deal breaker than the actual bezel is. That's just me. You know, I don't use bezels to time things very often. And, you know, you can get this one close enough for what I need to time it for. Obviously, no one's really relying on these things to go diving with. But yeah, if you're someone that likes to fidget with bezels, this is not going to be the bezel for you. Definitely not going to be the bezel. It's just not a very satisfying feeling. But the positives are you get great lume. You get really excellent finishing on the dial and the hands. You get a beautiful crystal. The insert is really, really nice looking, and it is fully lumed as well. The case finishing on this is excellent. You know, this is like San Martin level of case finishing. You know, Escapement Time, they keep on impressing me with their finishing. This is his first dive watch, and this is, I'm mentioning this is a single guy operation, so just keep that in mind. And this is his first dive watch, so I think he's learned some things, and hopefully if he does make a second dive watch, it's going to be a little bit better than this one. You know, even at $110, I think it's a pretty good value. I've heard mixed reviews about the Steel Dive SKX, and that's like $120, and the Heimdall is like $150 or something like that. So I still think you're getting a pretty good value. You just got to know going in that the bezel isn't the best, and that crown is a problem, in my opinion. I'm not sure about mod compatibility either. I'm guessing the inserts are, you know, swappable. Obviously, everything inside internal is going to be swappable. You know, 28.5 millimeter dials and the hands and all that stuff. So I think the big issue is this bezel. And, you know, once I learn some more and maybe get some courage, I'm going to take this thing apart, and maybe I'll post a video about it, and you know, give some measurements and stuff like that. So yeah. So after all that said, if you are interested in picking this up, I'm going to leave an affiliate link down below. Thank you guys for using the affiliate links. That's the only reason I got this watch in the first place, is because you guys use my affiliate links for the dress watch. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I can't say that enough. If you want to see some more pictures of this, I'm going to be posting some pictures on my Instagram account. I've posted some already on I believe it's a green tropic strap that I thought looked pretty good. So yeah, head over to Instagram. I'll be posting some stuff there. It's also a good spot to see what I have coming up on the channel. And if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, leave a thumbs up for me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I really appreciate that as well. If you guys want to leave a question or comment down below, please do so. I try my best to get to everyone's questions. But I think that's about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. See ya.